The semifinals of Island 2 was interesting. Can I mention the fact that I do not like when the show is live? I prefer it to be pre recorded. When it's live, it's just too much pauses and awkwardness. And for my anxiety, I don't like the tension. If you cut out all the tension and the silences, it would be 45 minutes of absolute nothing. So I prefer it to be pre recorded. Don't know why the semifinals have to be live as well as the finals. The episodes are already so long as it is. It can take days to watch these episodes, just one, but it's a lot of content, so I'll give them that. The episode starts out with the girls having to get used to their new ranks. After that, we find out that the challenge for the semifinals is a self made challenge. Can we talk about how crazy it is to make these girls do a challenge from scratch right before the finals during the semifinals when they're all stressed? They already have so much to worry about. But anyway, they split the girls into two groups of six. Based off the ranking of the last episode was who the leaders of the groups were going to be. So Jimin is the leader of one group and Coco is the leader of the other group. They get to pick out of a bunch of songs, which is very new for these survival competition shows. They don't really usually get to let them pick out of a list of songs, but it is debut songs of popular girl groups. And it made me think of how important a debut song is for a group, but they get to pick. Coco ends up picking Latata by G-Idol. And Jimin, she wanted to pick Latata, but ended up having to pick Into the New World by Girls' Generation. But the girls split up into their groups, and I will just start talking about them individually. So first off, we have the Latata group, which is Coco, Sejong, Juwon, Jungin, Jiyoon, and Yuju. Not only was I surprised that this group picked or Coco picked the song La Ta Ta for this group because this was a strong group of girls, but I think the story and the costumes that they picked for this song didn't really go together. I don't know about you guys, but La Ta Ta is a very chill summer heat, Havana. I was thinking something like that, like summer heat, Havana, something like that. A little bit Latin-esque, you know what I mean? But I don't know. That might have made the girlies mad because we know what happens when K-pop ventures off into different territories. But regardless, I didn't really think that the concept meshed well with the song. But I did think the girls did a very good job. Although I will say Sejong, she's a really good dancer, but I think she could act on her acting a little bit if she wants to be an idol. I'm surprised they haven't done an acting challenge within this show particularly, because usually they do an acting challenge because as an idol you have to do a little bit of acting. You know what I mean? There's always these different concepts and things like that, and I think she needs to work on her facial expressions and acting a little bit. But as far as leader is concerned, Coco, she did her best, okay? Girly is not the leader type, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't know why these shows really focus on everybody having to be a good leader. Not everyone is a good leader, you know what I mean? And comment down if you know this. I know that South Korea has a culture of being in groups, but what is it with the leadership thing? Because not everybody is meant to be a leader, and I don't think just because you don't do a good job as a leader means you can't be in a group. So, regardless of that, the girls do their thing. If I had to rank it out of 10, honestly, I would give it a 7, maybe a 7.5. Some members did better than others, and I don't know, there was just something missing. And like I said, the costumes didn't mesh well with the concept. I forgot to mention this, but the leaders got to pick their groups as well. And Jimin picked Fuko, Gyuri, Sebi, Mai, and Sarang. I thought Into the New World was a good strategy to pick after losing La Ta Ta to Coco due to rankings. There's a standard with that song since Girls' Generation have a huge impact on K-pop, specifically the image of a girl group. I didn't get into K-pop until 2018 in the third gen, but even I know how impactful second gen was on the genre. Anyway, they picked this song, or Jimin picks this song, and there's a little bit of trouble when distributing parts. All the girls are desperate to make it in, which I understand, so they all want center time. But I think it's important for the group to have overall balance in a performance. When there's cohesive parts assigned, It ends up being a hit and gets a lot of views on YouTube. Sometimes I think the contestants need to think of the bigger picture. Do you want 5 seconds of center time or millions of views on YouTube because your performance was cohesive regardless of who had a big part or not? Of course, in some cases it can be both. If I had to rate the performance out of 10, I'd give it a 9.5. Guys, it was like a real girl group debut. I could really see a group when they were performing. And like I said, the concept really fit the song. It reminded me of a special stage that they would do at an award show when a group just debuts and they have a debut group cover a popular K-pop song. It really reminded me of that, like a special stage.